I'm Bitcoin Rachy, the internet's most reluctant Bitcoin educator, and today I'm here to save you from financial ruin. People keep saying Bitcoin is the future of money, digital gold, the best performing asset of all time, blah, blah, blah. Disgusting. So I'm going to set the record straight and give you 10 ironclad reasons why Bitcoin is the worst investment you could possibly make. But don't thank me yet. Thank me when you're broken fiat, proudly clutching your Starbucks receipt as proof of value. All right, let's get this over with. Reason number one why you should never touch Bitcoin is that there's a maximum supply of 21 million. That's it, no more. Compare that to fiat, where governments can print new money like Oprah gives away cars. You get $1. You get $1. Everybody gets $1. With fiat, if there's no crisis, no problem. Just add a few more zeros to the balance sheet. Banks blow up, just bail them out. Countries at war, print. Politicians need votes, stimulus checks. With Bitcoin, you don't get any of that magic. Imagine a world where the supply of money doesn't inflate endlessly. How would you even measure wealth without yearly dilution? Absurd. And don't forget, if Bitcoin really is capped at 21 million, that means you can't just sneak in a 21 million in a first coin later, which means no loopholes for the elites. What's the point of money if the rich can't rig the system? But fine, maybe you like your money scarce and unriggable. Let me show you another reason it's doomed. With Bitcoin, there's no safety net. If you lose your keys, too bad. If you make a bad trade, no bailout. If you over leverage, no Jerome Powell to helicopter drop liquidity into your lap. Terrible. At least with fiat, you know the system is designed to protect the most irresponsible players. Banks gamble, taxpayers cover it. Politicians overspend, future generations pick up the tab. You get the privilege of inflation so they can keep the plates spinning. But Bitcoin? Nah. You're on your own. Self-responsibility. Imagine a world where adults have to actually be responsible with their money. Gross. And speaking of gross, here's something even worse. Bitcoin works the same everywhere. Doesn't matter if you're in New York, El Salvador, Nigeria, or a submarine in the Pacific Ocean. If you've got internet, you're in. But that's terrifying because governments can't stop it. They can't freeze it, can't censor it, can't block it because you said something mean on X. What a nightmare. Don't you want a system where your money is one wrong opinion away from being locked? And think about criminals. Sure, they use dollars 99% of the time, but what if they also use Bitcoin? Terrible. Because the one thing criminals would never do is touch government money laundering pipelines, offshore accounts, or shady real estate. Nope. It's only Bitcoin that's the problem, right? Still not convinced? Don't worry, it gets worse. With dollars, your money isn't really yours. It's the banks. It's the brokerages. They lend it, rehypothecate it, sometimes even lose it. You just have a claim ticket. But Bitcoin, you can hold the keys yourself, and that ruins everything. Because if you own it directly, nobody can seize it, nobody can freeze it, nobody can tell you how to spend it. That means no civil asset forfeiture, no sudden bank holidays, no random withdrawal limits, which, let's be honest, are some of the best features of fiat. How will the system survive without middlemen quietly skimming? What will bankers do all day? Actually work? Horrifying. And as if self-ownership wasn't bad enough, wait until you hear this one. Bitcoin goes up in value over time. Think about that. Completely broken. Everyone knows real money should go down in value so that you're forced to spend it immediately on things you don't need. Inflation is beautiful. It makes sure your savings rot just fast enough that you never get ahead. That's how modern economies thrive, by punishing savers and rewarding debt addicts. Bitcoin flips that. Save in it, and you can actually buy more in the future. Disgusting! Imagine a kid saving in Bitcoin today and buying a house in 20 years without a 30-year mortgage chain around their neck. Who would even buy bonds then? The horror! But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Here's another fatal flaw. Every Bitcoin transaction is permanently recorded forever. You can audit the whole supply in seconds. Every coin is accounted for, which ruins the entire game. Fiat is fun because it's mysterious. Nobody really knows how many dollars are out there. No one knows where the stimulus went or which lobbyist got what. That's the point. With Bitcoin, there's no room for creative accounting, no Enron-style balance sheets, no central bank black magic. Yawn. It's like going to a magic show where the magician has to show you the trapdoor before pulling the rabbit out. No wonder it's never going to catch on. And don't even get me started on the energy thing. Bitcoin actually requires energy to produce. Real energy tied to real world physics. That means you can't just create it from nothing. And what a waste that is. Sure, miners stabilize energy grids, capture wasted flares, and monetize renewables. But wouldn't you rather your money be conjured from thin air in a fluorescent lit government office? That's so much more efficient. Besides, people say Bitcoin uses too much electricity, which is hilarious when TikTok cat videos consume more than small countries. But sure, blame Bitcoin for keeping the lights on. Speaking of dirty little secrets, here's another. With Bitcoin, anyone with internet can join the financial system. No banker approval, no government forms, no credit check. Which is terrible, because how else are we supposed to gatekeep? Don't they know finance is supposed to be a VIP lounge, the velvet rope system, where only people with pristine credit, government IDs, and a suit are allowed in? With Bitcoin, the nerve of it. Even farmers in rural Africa can save and send money. Absolutely unacceptable. But wait, the final nail in the coffin is still coming. Before we get there, let me hit you with one more reason this thing is dangerous. When you hold Bitcoin, nobody can secretly dilute your savings. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin forever. Terrible! Because inflation is genius. It's a stealth tax that keeps you just poor enough to keep working while making it seem like you're getting richer. Politicians depend on it. And without inflation, how will they fund trillion-dollar deficits? Who's going to pay for bridges to nowhere? Or the next 20-year war? If citizens actually had money that held value over decades, they might, retire early. But no, that can't happen. And now, the real final nail in the coffin. This is the one that should convince you that Bitcoin is truly doomed. Bitcoin refuses to die. It's been declared dead hundreds of times. China banned it, banks trashed it, CNBC mocked it. Every crash, every obituary, every "this time it's over," and it still comes back stronger. That's awful. A proper investment should die when the media says so. But Bitcoin? It's like a financial cockroach. Nuclear winter, apocalypse, fiat collapse. Doesn't matter. It keeps crawling. You just can't kill it. And honestly, what's the fun of an asset that refuses to die? Investors need drama, tears, and total wipeouts. With Bitcoin, the only people wiped out are the ones who sell too early. Boring. So there you have it. 10 undeniable reasons Bitcoin is the worst investment in history. Limited supply, no bailouts, unstoppable, self-owned, deflationary, transparent, energy-backed, permissionless, non-inflatable, and anti-fragile. Hideous. Absolutely hideous. Do yourself a favor. Stay far, far away. Leave it to lunatics like Bitcoin Rachy who actually enjoy being free, wealthy, and in control of their money. If you enjoyed this video, and let's be honest, you probably hate it every second, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss another terrible Bitcoin rant. And drop a comment below. If Bitcoin is such a bad investment, what's your favorite alternative? Dogecoin? Beanie Babies? Your uncle's vintage baseball cards? Let me know. I'm dying to hear your better ideas. All right, that's enough financial truth bombs for today. Rachy out.